through the cracks in this picks and bans. As now the Mundo.
Mundo jungle to come through here. There had 4 people there.
But the thing is, the second they don't see anyone bot lane, they know that there has to be something afoot.
Oh no.
Now Broken Blade will be here, has the flash. Do they immediately go for the gank? Chains there, knock back to the wall, solid. Broken Blade getting lower and he's likely to fall now. First blood for the side of Gen.G. G2 tried to be in these trades. The good news is Hansam has been able to stay relatively even in CS. You can see an early boots purchase, but Rob just keeps going. Aftershock there, the Leona so tanky, but not tanky enough. One more auto and LeBron gets the kill. Excuse me, Ruler.
Blade and Boots will now finish the Berserker Greaves, but these decisions from G2 in lane, this is feeling eerily reminiscent of that game number 3 Dracos.
Thus far, seems like everything has gone wrong for the side of G2. LeBron walking into face check, level 3, gets punched into the wall. Hansama immediately flicked back. Caps is here.
Skewmon to steal.
Still relatively okay. Skewmon walking in, hoping to get the steal, and he's gonna take it. But they're losing kills. They've given so much just to contest. Hansama forced to flash out. Keen, low on mana. Flash forward on LeBron, determined to get it. Just wants to keep going forward. LeBron getting lower and lower. Hansama waiting over the wall. He might just die in an instant, but the Q, the Acathian Rain almost gets the job done. Finally, Keen goes down. G2 trying to fight their way through the deficit. Just keep going. And they managed to salvage something.
Yeah, but while that's happening, I want you to look at the top lane where we did see Ruler. Oh, Mike, be caught here, Caps.
Caps stepping up. One more gold card. Now retreating. A little bit of damage coming from about double TP. Chase on the way. Level 7 there for Caps. Skewmon waiting over the wall.
Big chunks.
Nice gold card onto Chovy, trying to outspace here. Unraveled Earth there. And Chovy just speeding off into distance. Power of that phase rush. Skewmon hits him with the what? The flash forward!
Might not have
his item meantime, Skewmon ready to show his face on the top side of the map.
Rough doesn't have ult
It's
yet.
so hard to do anything. The Mundo passive, immune to that initial piece of CC, is Broken Blade forced to ult. Ruler, nice movement thus far, but Q2 does connect. Broken Blade just using it for a bit of extra healing. The Corki pressure, still pretty massive. Conqueror proc doesn't have Triforce yet, but still really starting to hurt.
It's the gold, right? As Ruler
caught out. Gold card wasn't ready for it. Chovy's here, but it might be too late. One more auto coming in. The Infernal Chains bring him right back into the waiting arms of Broken Blade.
And now the gold.
So if he's not there or if he's picked off, the gold much more in Gen.G's favor. Initial interrupt solid. Stops the follow-up CC from going on to Canyon. The Duro down the steadfast presence for a little bit longer. LeBron ready to re-engage. Gold card there. Duro recognizing the situation, tries to dissuade. Canceling with the recall to put it on the 15-second cooldown.
Chovy's here, Gen.G. They do keep control of the river. There's a lot of damage there for G2.
Skewmon hurts. Caps waiting, ticking through. 5 seconds once he locks it. Stepping up for the gold card. That much faster because of the scuttle.
The poke is hitting, but Gen.G, they're just starting the dragon, and Keen's here without TP. I don't think they can contest.
Skewmon.
Another one.
Walking forward. Won't be able to get TP available, but he's still going to lose all those creeps because he has to recall. Hansama.
He's going to keep on going. Chovy has ult. Can try and look for a play here.
And Canyon doesn't have to do anything. He just has to hover. Like there is the threat. It forces. It stops all the recalls. Skewmon grabbing the mid wave, and now it's Broken Blade in trouble. Ulting. World Ender trying to make it out. Taking his time as he's knocked back. Good damage goes through. Broken Blade continuing to step up. Feeling confident. Doesn't even have the Sunder Sky finished yet. As now it's TP bot side. Caps gets the ult out of Chovy. In exchange for that.
Looking for another collapse name, but reinforcements are on the way.
No ulti, but he does have the flash. Knocked into the wall. Skarner setup. Beautifully layered. The TP coming through as well. Broken Blade's got nowhere to go. Extra healing coming from the Sunder Sky, just trying to delete the wave, but he's going to get flicked back as Keen grabs the kill. No response from G2 either.
And they might get this dragon. And yeah, it's Cloud. That feels...
Canyon.
Oh, Canyon.
The 50-50. Skewmon manages to get it. And now the immediate retreat, but the mid lane tower already gone. Ruler does a lot of damage. Duro knockback, but doesn't find Hansama into the wall. Canyon going forward will get Broken Blade. Big damage, and Ruler just allowed to free hit. Skewmon, though, continuing to walk forward. Skewmon completely unconcerned about the damage. Duro goes down. Canyon likely next. He's getting next to the wall because he desperately needs to run away, but Skewmon is on the chase. Going where he damn well pleases, but he's on the opposite side of the wall, and now it's Chovy. looking to engage. Broken Blade taking massive damage. The Aatrox likely to fall. Flash away. Umbral dash. And Keen keeps the pressure up. G2 again.
But this
They're
is
getting fights. They're getting close now, but they're losing everything else.
That's the problem. Yes, you get the top or you get the mid lane play. You kill the Poppy. But while that's happening, Keen is pushing so hard that there's no other opportunity for you than just keep responding. Skewmon just gets obliterated in his own jungle, by the way, as the damage clearly an other win. Like, Keen gets an inner. Instead, he gets an inner, which still feels bad, but it's these cross-map plays as Gen.G, they just keep setting up these traps, and it looks like Caps has fallen for it again.
Got out, has the ulti, but the CC held.
They're not going to use, oh, yeah, not waiting until the end.
Caps down.
As they got Chovy.
Manages to get Chovy, has completed that
and
first.
Ruler safe. Enduro on this Poppy. Might be something that G2 look towards.
CC hits, waiting for the steadfast presence to expire. Perfectly timed by Lebrov. The CC now going through. Manages to take himself out with the Mikhails.
He lives!
Hansama retreating. The self of Mikhails from Duro so damn clutch because look at the health bars.
I don't know if they can do anything about this.
Broken Blade going in against Chovy. Ulti from Caps. Chovy starts to retreat. Gold card, but there's not, the follow-up isn't there.
Yeah, and I think the read here is Caps can also try to ult towards bot, but they can't contest Otacon, so you have to just try and look for a play. It doesn't look pretty, but trying to get Chovy there is, I think, the best cross-map you're going to get with the health bars. All those members in mid lane being as low as they were. No contest possible. That's going to be Otacon here for Gen.G as they keep inching closer and closer to that match victory. Looking at the item spikes, though, for G2, maybe once Hans gets a little bit further in as, ooh, the TP.
Trying to find the engage. Lebrov to the side, locking down Canyon. Gold card ready to go. Impale only going to connect on one. Skewmon here as well. Canyon going to get taken down. Kill donated to Caps. A big gold shutdown. Getting things a bit closer as we see a TP from Chovy coming into the mid lane. G2 trying to find some advantage around mid.
Still playing very aggressive here. Not that much used there. To be fair, it was really just the TP coming through. I think Gen.G don't want to give over any chance for G2 to get this Drake.
In. They managed to find Chovy off on the side, though. An early departure from the wall. Sees him face-to-face with Skewmon. Broken Blade going for 1v1 versus Keen, and it doesn't look like he's going to come out on top. But a quick flash! Massive healing coming in the Sundered Sky. Just in time. Gold card from behind. Chovy locked up. Unraveled Earth perfectly hits on Zama. Now Ruler just throwing down damage. Caps force back. Gold card giving them a bit more space. They don't quite have the follow-ups. The poke from the Aatrox Q is there. Gen.G retreating. G2 a decent fight, but they can't.
Looking for a stack. The turret goes down.
Gen.G keeping pressure mid.
A little bit too many people. Collapse on Baron can be very, very swift here.
Broken Blade matching Keen thus far. Caps immediately going bot lane. Keen, the member who doesn't have that extra lockup, doesn't have the extra cleanse, and he's going to get taken down. But Gen.G immediately pulled the trigger in the meantime. It's eyes in the mid lane as Ruler will find Skewmon's jungler deleted in exchange for top laner. And Gen.G with access to the objective.
Might start it. We'll see if Caps is able to bring out his smite. Try and match, obviously. Gonna be tough. TP comes in. Gen.G, they're taking a risk, but they do have the Poppy. Duro trying to get out of vision, I think, but he will be spotted. They don't have that much damage.
Solar Flare manages to connect. No immediate follow-up. Chovy for now uncontested. Flash from Lebrov keeps him safe. Broken Blade in the pit. Hansama and Caps on the side. Chovy focused on the objective. The Baron, the smites are bad, but they managed to get it in the end. Canyon takes the objective. Broken Blade free firing. Caps still standing. Duro down. Broken Blade still going. Flashing out. Caps can't go toe-to-toe with Canyon, but the gold card might be able to buy him a bit of a second, a bit more time. It's still the Baron down. A triple for Ruler. G2 cannot make it happen.
Ruler, I know you love your Quadras, but I don't know about chasing the Aatrox into fog. He's not afraid. He's just going to keep on going. Broken Blade. Mission impossible. They see him.
The Emerald dash, but Chovy against the wall. Too fast. One more dash over the wall. Still running. An auto on a minion to buy a bit more health. Infernal Chain. Skewmon on the way in. Gen.G.
I think he's out Keen. Coming in on an angle.
Forward. Flick doesn't connect.
Means that the objective doesn't go their way. Baron goes towards Gen.G, the Rebel Power Play. Not that impressive yet, but it gets them the soul points.
Yeah, and we've got Sorelda's now coming in for Keen as well. Armor penetration on both of the major physical damage carries.
death cap for Chovy as
Broken
well.
blade flicked back, and he's just gonna die in the blink of an eye. A blinking health bar, he'll live. It's close.
Not even close. Round 2.
That's twice. If he was a cat, he'd be 7 out of 9 lives down at this point. Caps, flash to the side, gets away from the impale, but Gen.G looks like they're just going for the throat. They want to end it here. Game 1, G2 managed to find the advantage, managed to find the win. But since then, it's been Gen.G from start to finish. Ruler isolated wall from Canyon to keep him standing. It's Hansama.
Oh!
Chovy's damage. Doing the work. Knockup going in from Duro. Lebrov trying to retreat. That's the ulti. Canyon ready to go forward. Chovy just continues to lay down the poke. And Gen.G merciless as they march into the base of G2.
And G2, they gave it their all, but even the early leads, not enough as Gen.G march on the base. Caps behind them.
Caps behind to go golden. Managed to buy the Seekers just in time for the flick back. Skewmon in the midst of the team. Broken Blade standing, but as long as Ruler's alive, that healing reduction is just too much. The front line of G2 slowly being whittled away. Duro taking down the tower, set to fall. Keen jumping in. Finding the kill is Skewmon. There's nothing left. He's taken out. Gen.G send a statement to the rest of MSI. We will not falter.